So the odds of us finishing this whole zone in the next 3 hours are almost non-existent. We're going to try and go back and forth as best as we can. The quests don't line up perfectly, so I hope you'll endure with me.
You're in Hellscream's army now, Iron Man. And in Hellscream's army, we kick butt, we take names. Gone are the days of our people starving in the streets of Orgrimmar as we sign treaties with elves. We take what we need now. Kalimdor belongs to the Horde. The Alliance attempts to stop our expansion every chance they get. Unsatisfied with owning most of the Eastern Kingdoms, those pig-lickers want it all. Overlord Cromgar has called for more troops in Stonetalon. Get on the caravan and go.
For the Horde.
Okay. Do it.
Hold on tight. It's gonna be a bumpy ride. Be on the lookout for night elves. There's few things I like more than killing Alliance. What can an orc as depraved as you enjoy more than killing Alliance, Utvark? You know, I can't resist Tauren women. They're my one weakness. You are a sick, sick orc, Oot.
Hey, look. There's where our Night Elf character was just a few minutes ago. Hey, Juju's. Welcome to Stonetalon. One of the most talked about quests in all Akata, actually. Or zones, or whatever.
Got another shipment of fresh meat for you, Sarbaz. Let's hope these ones don't end up back as corpses on my wagon like the last battalion. Good. More fodder for the Horde war machine. Looks like we got more of Rockrain's soldiers here. Dontrag, Utvarg, we're gonna need your expertise over at Cromgor Fortress. Yes, sir. Let's go. Rest of you grunts, suit up! We got some killing to do. Alright, I'm ready.
There they are.
What do you need?
Sarbaz, the incinerator.
Not the tattoos.
While you remain in Stonetalon and fight as a Cromgar soldier, you will remain suited up. Am I clear? Do you hear me, Grunt? If I see you without Hellscream's beloved tabard, I will put my boot so far up your backside you'll be spitting up laces, excuse me. Well,
Yes, sir. I will go ahead and put on the tabard then. There is no need to yell. I am a grunt in Overlord Cromgar's army.
filthy good-for-nothing night elves have managed to disarm our entire minefield in the pass. Someone's got to go up there and rearm them all. Perfect task for a worthless grunt like you. Here's hoping you don't blow yourself up in the process. You'll find the elf killers scattered across the pass north here. Take this wrench and get to work, maggot.
Go forth to victory.
Okay. Welcome to War, the zone. I'm not sure I have a lot of lore to really discuss in this zone, really. Most of what you're about to see is fairly self-explanatory. Hey, Marley. Yes, that's right, we are arming landmines. These landmines are just really screwed up, by the way. You can kind of see it. So you see that right there? Okay. You see how it's got like the ball spring-loaded thing and the spikes. So these are one of those traps that send spikes in all directions. That's the kind of mines these are. Fun mines. Some of the best, you might say. I've decided after some thought. See, the Alliance and Horde quests don't line up one-to-one, because there's an entire Alliance chain that the Horde doesn't even have anything to do with, where the Alliance are like, we should go work with the Grim Totem. So, yeah, that doesn't quite line up with the primary plot of Stonetalon. This is a rare zone, though. Very rarely does Blizzard do this kind of thing with their zones. There is, for all intents and purposes, one plot arc going throughout Stonetalon. There's technically two. The other one is the Grim Totem one I just mentioned. But otherwise, this is all about the war and the events of this war, as we will discuss when we go through it. So, yeah. That's it. And I mentioned that because they don't do this kind of thing often, and whether or not it was because this was unsuccessful, or because it was successful, or whether you like it or hate it, oh, that's going to depend on opinion, of course.
Thrall Hall.
You have all your limbs intact. This is a first. Looks like you might not be completely useless after all. Maybe you could feel worthy of handling something a little important. More important. About 2 days ago, I sent Blast Engineer Fuzzwhistle to Windshear Mine. He was supposed to get there, make sure everything was going according to plan, and report back. 2 days, nothing. Head out to the woods and find him, and for his sake, he better be dead.
May your blades never dull. Blood and thunder.
There are great dangers in the woods south of here. They're crawling with Darnassian scouts. Assassins sent from Darnassus to kill us. Maybe we could turn the tables on them, huh? When I was marooned on the Lost Isles, a goblin gave me these infrared heat focals. They allowed the wearer to see the heat signature of certain creatures. Man,
For the
that
Horde.
sounds really familiar, actually. Does anyone remember being a goblin and giving an orc some infrared goggles? Because, I mean, yeah. Same orc, too, before you ask. Also, apparently I was completely wrong about the Merc system. I was talking about something else that apparently either doesn't exist or doesn't exist yet. So, never mind on the Merc system. Never mind. Yeah, pretty much all of the real loyal Garrosh supporters are Magkar. It's also going to make something interesting in a bit. Of course, one of the most controversial decisions in this entire zone is Garrosh's actions. In fact, a huge number of Garrosh supporters always pointed to Stonetalon Peaks as, this is why Garrosh is awesome. They could never point to anything else because this was the only time he did anything not incredibly stupid or horrible. Now, I actually have given my reasonings as to why, you know, things work out the way they did. But, there are basically two explanations for why things work out the way they do in this zone. We'll get there when we get there, though. I don't want to talk about it until we're actually on the quest. It's basically the last quest we'll be doing in the zone. By the way, like I said, there is almost no chance we're going to finish this today, especially since we're basically doing the zone twice, back-to-back. So, sorry, guys. Kind of trying to hurry as best as I can here. So I'll try to keep the stopping to talk about lore things to a minimum. I know how much you hate that. Just think, if I was a demon hunter, I'd be going faster. And then I would be nerfed because of PvP. Well, what do you mean, Zawan? Like, give me a different way. Give me an alternative. Because, I mean, yeah. I'm pretty sure they had his character arc pretty planned out quite a ways in advance. Based on everything from Northrend up. So I need something to go off of to build a theoretical. Blastenir Fuzzwhistle is definitely dead. It's probably for the best.
Looks like he's holding a note in his hand. They're on to us. They know all about the bomb. Planning an attack on Cromgar Fortress. I think they sent a search party after me. Won't go down like a chump. They'll get a fight. I think I hear him coming now. Their leader's a high elf huntress named Davinia. She spoke of her attack plans. Avenge me by killing her and get those plans. Hellscream's eyes are upon you. So, yeah, what do you know? It is a high elf. Goodbye, high elf. Should have stayed loyal to the Horde. Really, Gnarlix? I hadn't actually heard about that. That's actually really unusual, considering that, again, Garrosh follows the exact same story arc from Northrend up. The only debatable time when he wasn't like that was in BC. I mean, even in the book that or excuse me, the short story that happens in between BC and Northrend, he is still, you know, the bastard. The Garrosh, let's just call him what he is. Is it bad when you actually have become such a terrible, depraved character that your name replaces other adjectives? Like Malik is a good example of that. That's right, keep burning them trees that we're trying to conquer. You're still bad. Okay, but what else, Zawan? I mean, okay, so he doesn't bomb Theramore, but he does all the other horrible, evil stuff he does. No change, you know? Theramore was larger in scale, but was still the same level of atrocity he'd been doing before and since. I mean, there wasn't really a big change there, you know what I mean?
Speak, friend.
Did you find Fuzzle Whistle? Damn shame. He was a good goblin. As for you, Iron Man, you've done well. These attack plans will help us prepare. I want you to deliver these to Overlord Cromgar personally. There's sure to be a promotion in it for you. Our main base of operations in Stonetalon Mountains is Cromgar's fortress. It's from there that Overlord Cromgar oversees all Horde military activity in the entire region. He reports everything that happens directly to the War Chief. The attack plans you brought back detail an assault that's supposed to take place against the fortress soon. Take the plans. Head here. So long. Truly, Hellscream's eyes are upon you.
Be safe.
Call me weird, but I kind of liked the slowly promoting your way up the ranks of the army mechanic here. It doesn't actually give you any buffs that I'm aware of. There's no actual benefit for being, you know, buffed by sergeant to grunt to, you know, whatever. It was just a nice way to show your progress through the zone, and how it was one of the only zones, one of I think like 3 zones, where you're actually functionally, no really, acting as part of the military of the Horde. Whereas in most other places you are basically a freelance adventurer who happens to be assisting the Horde. Meanwhile, as they say... I have full heirlooms, Stukov. At least as full as I can get right now. How do I get to... how am I supposed to get up there? Oh, right. I think I remember. Hang on. Oh, gotcha, Stukov. My bad. I didn't even know that. So apparently you can actually buy some gear as you get higher in rank as you go throughout the zone, which that's actually kind of neat. And again, I as Stukov says, that's a way to fill in holes in your gear, which I am hugely in favor of. That's a great system, actually. Is there a path up there? Yeah, there it is. Jeez. Ugh, give me a flying mount. God damn it. Okay, so now that we have figured out where we're going, oh hey, Gilneas guns. We use guns just fine, friends. Cannons, on the other hand, I take issue with. The skies are swarming with heavily armored orcs on the backs of even more heavily armored wind riders. Our best efforts to bring them down thus far have proven fruitless. Our arrows usually just bounce off the creatures. If we do have to take down the orcs, deploy goblin parachutes and safely land on the ground below. I need you to use the sniper cannons and blow up the warsong riders, and then the parachuting orcs. The only way down is in a body bag.
Asha Fela.
Down you go. Death to the Horde! This zone in particular was really hard on my Goblin and my Worgen's friendship. I shouldn't even say friendship, just their professional relationship. Because remember, in my role-playing lore, headcanon, whatever you want to call it, my Goblin and my Worgen were part of the same organization. And the Worgen helped the Alliance doing stuff here, while the Goblin... yeah. Tell you one thing I really love about this zone. It really showcases just how ugly war can get. It's probably the closest WoW ever gets to that.
I am listening.
Excellent work. The gnome technology, while obnoxious, is highly effective. We should now have a clear path to Windshire Hold. Huntress Jalen will be pleased to know the way is clear. Please return to Stardust Spire and inform her of your success. She will most assuredly have more work for you now that her path is clear.
Farewell.
Good luck, friend.
What brings you here?
With the airways clear, our hippogriffs will be able to move into Stonetalon freely. Well done, Leafsong. Now into more pressing matters. What you witnessed at True Shot Point was a small sampling of the decimation left in wake of Hellscream's legacy. As War Chief of the Horde, Hellscream has declared Kalimdor Horde's sovereign territory. All that would oppose the Horde are destroyed. We are Kalimdor's last line of defense. Should we fall, Kalimdor will fall. The Horde must be stopped. Enter Stonetalon Mountains through the Talon Deep Pass and head towards the smoldering trees. Seek out the Cromgar incinerators and slay as many as you can. Be wary, they are powerful orcs. Attacking them through conventional means will likely result in your deaths. Instead, destroy the canisters on their backs, and they will be devoured in flames. Gotcha, Norlex. There was another quest up there.
Greetings!
So, the gnome recorder is complete. Now we must test it. Venture into Stonetalon Wallets to the southeast and walk via the pass until you reach Fierce Goblin Drill. I will activate when you reach your destination.
Right.
Hello, Nether Hunter.
I don't know how to do that accent at all. I'm not even really trying. Wow. It's a good thing those mines are currently disarmed. The gnome recorder crackles and pops.
Come in, Leafsong. Can you hear me? This is Professor Zaxax. Perfect.
Very unlikely, Zoan.
With this gnome recorder, I'll be able to direct you about Stonetalon without of harm's way. Now to next business.
So instead of the rep buff, or the rank buff, we have the gnome recorder buff.
These orc incinerators that burn the forest, they carry a powerful weaponry. You must kill them and take their flamethrower. Once you have the flamethrower, search the forest for the Warsong stockpiles and use it to burn them down. Burn them all and I will reward you. Yes, the gnome recorder can transport items. But, do you hear that? There's an orc nearby. Watch out! Oh my goodness! There's an orc there. I am not a boomkin anymore. Farewell, Stonetalon. Or, not Stonetalon. The One. That's her name. Holy crap. We must stop these furs. Yeah, I gotta admit, I was getting an Edna vibe from that too. And yes, I'm burning things as a cat. What of it? I can carry a flamethrower as a cat. Yes. Burn them all. They were all burned for the Gnomish Empire. That's it, guys. Next expansion, Gnomish Empire. Just whisper me the article, Gnarlex. And I will tell you all about how terrible that article is. It's not gonna work, frequent. So for those of you on YouTube, I keep forgetting that the chat plugin is still borked. Gnarlex is trying to link me. Yeah, just whisper it to me, Gnarlex. Is trying to link me a link to an article about the original writer for Garrosh Hellscream, explaining why his character was completely mishandled. Which is funny because I've often defended Garrosh as a very well-written character. Like, as much as I absolutely hate and loathe him, it's one of those, he was a very well-written character who was hated and loathed. You know? At least in my opinion. He was kind of like Darth Malak, you know? Darth Malak was extremely well-written. So when I call him stupid, it's not intended as an insult. Alright, here we go. Let's see. Blah, 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 blah. Garrosh. There it is. Okay. This is funny because I've actually read part of this article. I'm trying to find the thing about Garrosh's arc being wrong. In fact, hang on. I can't actually find... Okay, here we go. Ah! There it is! What do you know? It is, in fact, bad writing. Yay! I was trying to defend Blizzard all along. God, what a fool I was. I should have known it was just a miscommunication amongst the writers. Doi. Wonderful. As promised, voila, your reward. I have some news you might find interesting. We have discovered the whereabouts of the gigantic goblin bomb that you discovered at Silverwind Refuge. You remember Boog, the gnome you rescued from the orcish wagon of Vagony? Why can I not? Hey, hit him. There we go. Vagony? He and Minx have tracked the bomb down to the Windshear mine. Go there immediately. They'll be expecting you.
Well, the thing is, the way I explained it was consistent, especially with the way they deliberately took his character arc from that point on. But no, it was a It was a mistake. It was a screw-up. Silly me for trying to put the pieces together, I guess. That is one of my flaws as a writer. And I'll freely admit that. It's my inclination, it's my nature to try and put the pieces together in ways that make sense. And so, yeah. Yes, okay, so for those of you not aware, and again, we'll talk about this later when we actually get there, because it's not relevant yet. Garrosh is like, oh, I am awesome all of a sudden, in Stonetalon Peak. The original idea from the original author was to have Garrosh have a redemptive character arc. Now, I actually knew about that, but, because I've actually read that article that was just linked. But the thing is, I figured that was abandoned, like, way early on. And it wasn't, apparently. Apparently the intention, original intention, from that writer was to have Garrosh turn into this, to have a redemption story arc in Cataclysm. Now, everyone else was against that idea writing-wise, and even the guy who actually wrote Garrosh originally agreed he needed to not have a redemption arc. He needed to be the bad guy. He needed to be the flat-out villain so that he could unite the Horde by being this one major obstacle for the Horde. And, you know, all the things that we've talked about with regards to him. So, the problem is, somewhere along the line, the memo didn't happen to get to the right people. So, the quests where we actually see Garrosh here in Cataclysm was written as if Garrosh was still going to have his redemption arc. When in fact, even by the point in time they were working on this stuff in the Cataclysm, they'd already decided Garrosh was not going to be redeemed. He was going to be the other thing, the fulcrum point. So, it's just a screw-up. That really amuses me.
Ishnu Allah.
With the Kromkar incinerators dealt with, our forest may be allowed to regrow. Only time can mend the wounds left by the Horde.
Del Nadris.
Hello,
Good day to you.
Good to see you again, Leaf Song. Oh, I don't have to do the other accent. Thanks for rescuing me in Ashenvale. Damn shame about the gnomes we lost. Ready to get down to business? Keep your head down. No need to draw unwanted attention. There's the bomb, by the way. Looks like the orcs are piling that balloon up to get some type of ore from the mine. Get in there and take the ore from the orcs. Bring me back whatever you manage to grab, and I'll ship it off to the professor for examination. Before you go, a word of advice. You can avoid the Kromgar pretty easily in there, as A, they're dumb as dirt, and 2, they can't see anything they're carrying ore. Of course, you'll need to kill them to get the ore.
Alrighty
How
then.
may I help?
The Horde is overrun Rinshir mine. I'm not sure what these orcs are hauling out of there or why they're here, but I know it can't be good. Get in that mine and take out their management. Without goblin overseers, the peons will be even more worthless.
Good luck, friend.
Let's do it. Give me your ore. You no take ore. Guys, you heard it here. Peons are secretly, I can't think what they're called. Kobolds. You've discovered a parchment with an impressive-looking Horde seal imprinted on its page. Unfortunately, the rest of the document is completely illegible as it's in Orcish. What a pity. Come on, die faster. God damn it. I keep feeling like I'm underleveled for this area, even though I'm actually fighting green mobs. Because they're taking so long to die! Damn it, I have full heirloom. It's even the right heirloom. Trust no one, Mr. Kamek. I need more ore. Ore! more. Hey, what's up?
My, you're a tall one.
Sure. See you around, Minx. I'm not that tall right now, but I'll take your word on it. I guess I'm about as tall as you as a cat, so that would probably be impressive for someone. Like, could you imagine a cat whose shoulder comes up to your head? Just walking up and being like... Ah! I like how they're literally throwing ore at us, by the way. That's so appropriate. By the way, am I live? I feel really alone right now. I'm just curious if I'm live. I know I don't have much to talk about at the moment, so it's probably my fault. By probably, I mean definitely, absolutely my fault. Damn it. Ore! Give me your ore! Give me your ore! I'm not asking for your souls or your lives. Okay, I guess I'm kind of asking for your lives. If you gave me the ore, I wouldn't be trying to kill you. Okay? It's not hard to understand. Must kill. Damn it. Well, apparently I am live. That's good to know. Let's get the hell out of here. Wait, is there an exit over here? Is there an exit over here? I'm not even sure. I think I got turned around. Yeah, I got turned around. I know where I am now. No can see nothing. Move out of the way.
Hi, how are you?
Let me get those ore samples. Not too much trouble, I hope. With these samples, we should be able to figure out what they plan to do with the ore and the big bomb.
Off and away.
Hello.
Nice job. I could hear their shrill screams from out here. You've turned the whole place on its head. Did you happen to find any other information about the operations?
Be careful.
Greetings.
Ding.
And what do you got there? Interesting. Troubling. Well, can't understand a damn thing written on here, if that's writing. It could just be toilet paper. Sure smells like it. Good news is that Minx is fluent in Orcus and she's nearby. Head back into the mine and find her. She's probably deep inside, standing around and being useless.
Very well, then.
Wow. Excuse me. Excuse me. Excuse me, excuse me, excuse me. Excuse me. What server are we on? I can never remember. It's not Oldham. I can't remember. Whatever. Can I, like, check without logging out? Yeah, it doesn't matter, I guess. No, Kargath is my server. I meant the server we're playing on right now. It doesn't matter, like I said. Oh god, it's a goblin! Die, 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 blah, 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 blah. Okay.
Pleased to meet you.
What do you got there? Uh-oh. Disgusting. Ugh. Well, the good news is, this isn't toilet paper. Bad news is, the ink on this paper is a mixture of Kodo poop and blood. It's not the worst of it, though. The letter's actually an order from Horde High Command. Someone named Overlord Kromgar has issued a strip job on this mine in order to obtain something called Azure Iron Flake. Presumably this flake is obtained by breaking down this ore. It gets worse. They plan to mix the Azure Flake with the explosives sitting up on the huge bomb outside and blow up Windshear Hold! We don't have a moment to lose. Take this letter and return to Boog. He'll know what to do next.
Be seeing you.
Yeah, wrong button, wrong button.
Yeah, I went the wrong way. Damn it. I wasted time. Go. Ah. Why must I be so slow? I can't even... Wait, can I... No, I can't travel form in here. I didn't think so. Okay.
Honored, I'm sure.
Well, what's it say? This is bad. Really, really bad. You have to warn Lord Fallowmere at Windshear Hold. What the... It's moving! The goblin balloon's taking off. We're too late! Oh, we don't have a moment to lose. You're gonna have to commandeer that hot air balloon and hop into it. How? I have no idea. We'll have to argue the details. Just climb under the rope and climb up. Start banging on stuff once you're inside. If you somehow manage to stop the balloon and survive, report to Windshear Hold. Good luck, I'm counting you. I'm gonna run for my life!
Very good.
Oh, God. Run away. You can't stop us. The Horde'll never fall. You won't get away with this. Alright, time to attack this sucker. Oh yeah, we did it! Rerouting power source. Remote access enabled. Return command initiated. Ejecting all unauthorized passengers. No! Oh, crap. Well, hopefully that'll work out for the best in the end. Meanwhile...
I sure hope nothing's happening in our mine right now. That would be most unpleasant, I feel.
Anyone remember when this was actually a forest? Even in vanilla, this chunk of area was pretty much a forest. Kind of like that area up there. As you can see, it's kind of not a forest anymore. I find this kind of interesting because this is a result of mass deforestation. Not just regular deforestation. They have absolutely just ransacked this area. To an almost ridiculous degree, actually. I know, Hylisk. Yeah. Now, it's worth noting that Venture Company started this whole process. When the Horde shows up, and we'll see a couple quests, I believe, that highlight this, the Horde basically took over the Venture Company operations and said, "No, we're going to take over." And once again, we see just how valuable of a strategy it is to destroy that which you are trying to conquer. Hey, look. It's Cromgar.
Strength and honor.
What is the meaning of this interruption? Why does this grunt stand before Overlord Kromgar? Perhaps this grunt is more than he would appear. Perhaps this grunt is in actuality a sergeant. Look now upon Kromgar, Sergeant Ironman soldiers. He has come to serve as a warning of a cowardly alliance and attack. An attack that we will crush.
Victory.
The alliance have grown bold, Just north of here in Windshear Valley, Northwatch troops have set up camp. No doubt they are preparing for the assault you warned us of. They will never get the chance. Take this flamethrower. It is the same flamethrower my incinerators use to burn our enemies out of hiding in the forests. Use it to destroy their tents. Leave only ashes in your wake.
Abu.
I am now a sergeant. Also, there's the large daddy with a young girl walking around it. Mr. D is sick, mister. Won't you help him? All you can do is find his batteries and he'll be all better. I'd go by myself, but I can't leave Mr. D alone. His hat was stolen by the meanies in the venture company over at the water wheel, and his batteries are hidden around the Windshear Crag. Would you bring his stuff back?
Thrall, halt!
You may now make use of the Kromgar stockpile. For a small fee, I will sell you armaments of battle, useful for crushing your enemies. The availability of what I sell depends on your rank. Loktar Hogar, we are the new Horde, and under War Chief Hillscream, we are going to be masters of our own destinies. Why then have we failed to take Stonetalon Mountains? How have the Alliance been able to halt the Great Horde war machine? From this day forth, failure is no longer an option. Under Hellscream's watchful guise, live or die, we take Stonetalon. Pyrrhic victories! Do not falter. Hellscream's eyes are upon you all.
State your business.
My scouts have tracked the cause of this latest fiasco to one man, Marshal Paltrow. He commands the Northwatch forward camp that has established itself in the valley west of here. Take him out, and you remove a powerful Alliance field commander. Paltrow must die, Iron Man.
We will have justice.
Well, if you insist, then I suppose I have no choice but to believe you. For I am a Pandaren, and believe above all else in killing all for the Horde.
Honestly, I could literally never picture a Pandaren doing these quests. Then again, what's the other alternative? Forsaken quests? Yeah, we'll see how funny those are when we get to our actual Forsaken character in the Eastern Kingdoms. Damn it, they got me in combat. I've decided to kill you.
For the Horde.
Nope, didn't get out of combat. Damn it. Ah, well.
I am here to burn your bridges. Please do not resist. It will make my job much more difficult. Hello, Docharzard.
God dang it, go away. Why are you fighting me, gnomes? Okay. Oh, gosh, frickin'. Oh my god! Can I burn this tent yet? Jeez Louise. Nope. I'm in combat as a stagger. There we go. Okay. I could see a Blood Elf monk. I mean, they've got the whole shamanistic thing, right? Right? Oh my god, stagger is preventing me from doing my quest. That's hilarious. Because I can't be... the damage interrupts me. It's a unique problem to be having there.
Yes, I will burn it all to the ground. It is the best thing I could do for my new Horde friends. Sure. I am reminded of a Nickelback song I once heard about burning things to the ground. It was a rather upbeat song, so I must presume that doing this is in turn an upbeat action to partake in. I hope they do not mind that I am burning their tents to the ground. Ooh, hoo, 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 hoo.
Yeah, apparently, Chengiz. The gnomes are like, oh, it's a Penjar, let's go give him a hug. Well, he's burning down our tents.
None will survive if I am taken to being efficient in carrying out my orders. I do wish to be loyal to my new emperor. War chief. I wonder what a war chief does in peacetime.
I've actually wondered that for a while. Why they went ahead and used the term war chief to describe their leadership, other than tradition, of course. I mean, really. They were founding a new organization. I think they could have redone the politics a little bit. New constitution of the Horde, maybe? I don't know. Maybe not.
Clearly what they need is some trade princes. That'll make the Horde run right.
I try to be a good Pandaran. It is in my interest to ensure that all things are in peace and harmony. Especially when I ride my pet demon, because I apparently have a demon pet.
But no, in all seriousness, I don't really see any personal problems with Blood Elves being monks any more than just about anyone else. Hey, look! Oh, I hate you! I hate you. See that sword? Yeah, you see that sword? I can't get that sword anymore. I never got to Grand Marshal rank, so that sword's gone. I will never, ever be able to use that as Transmog. That's basically my favorite two-handed sword, graphic-wise, in the entire game. It's awesome looking. That's actually a lie. There's some other really, really awesome looking challenge mode weapons for Transmog. But I will never ever get those because I don't have 4 other players to do challenge modes with. That is from Vanilla PvP, yes. That was Grand Marshal Claymore. And it's just, it's so awesome. It's just this giant freaking Claymore. Here, I'll give you a better shot at this thing. I don't remember what it's actually called. Hang on. Let's remove all filters here. Oh, right. All I have to do is do something else that I can't do in order to get it. But there is something else I can do to get it. So that's... And I'll still never ever get it because I don't have other players that I can do it with. But it is a possibility at least. I'm trying to remember what it's actually called. Nope. Ah, well. Oh, it's all good, Sonoshi. Good night. Either way, the Claymore looks awesome. That's all you need to know. It looks awesome. It's up here. Yeah, it's not going to show up in the Mogget for some reason. I'm not sure why. So we're going to have to do it this way instead. So this is the Claymore. Look at this thing. I mean, I like the blunt looks. I mean, it's like just a giant plate of metal and doom. I really, really like the look of that Claymore. Look at that thing. Just bam, raw death for the Alliance and awesomeness. But whatever. Again, it will never happen. Ever. It's not for me, I should say. Other people can do it.
By order of Overlord Cromgar, Cragpool Lake is off limits. The ferocious beast known as Cragjaw has made the place a death trap. Should dispose of it, take his huge tooth, and return to Spy Mistress Anara for a reward.
Okay, we can do that. Maybe. That is a giant fish. Holy crap. And yeah, the Horde PvP stuff looks, at 60 looks terrible in my opinion. There's a bunch of Alliance stuff I like the looks of. Like the shield, too, the one Bolvar actually used. I know, Nether. Scandalous. I'm not sure what that fish was eating. I know there's a lot of pollution in the area thanks to the Venture Company and the Horde, but seriously? Just, yeah, wow. Right, I remember. It's, I don't know. I mean, you know, we do see there's quite a few shamanistic things in the area, so maybe that's what's feeding it? I don't know. Like, they were literally like, here, have the power of the elements, fish. Nom, nom, nom. Excuse me. Has there ever been a grouper that's like 15 feet long, like that one was? Like, I'm actually curious, because that's crazy if it's true. Wow. Oh, crap. Oh, crap. Oh, crap. Damn. Okay. So. I meant to do this. This was deliberate. So as I was about to say, as you can see, there's still some Venture Company guys left here in the wake of the massive invasion who are trying desperately to capitalize on the situation. Probably to make up for the fact that they just lost a ton of money in the fact that the Horde are just like, hi! Now, the funny thing is, I've spoken in defense of the Horde at several points as we've been going through the quest chains, right? And I will do that in the future as well. This is one of the zones where I won't. There is very, very little defending the Horde's actions in this zone. Very, 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 very little defending. We really shouldn't have done anything we did in this zone. Just to put it as nicely as possible. The incursion to Ashenvale? That makes sense. The actions in the Southern Barrens? Oh, that's completely understandable. Everything that happens in the Western Plaguelands? Well, that's debatable. The Forsaken Expansionism? That makes a lot of sense, even though it was done for the wrong reason. But Stonetalon? Ugh. The only good news is the Alliance are also pretty bad here. Wait, that's good news? You can kind of get why this was the zone they originally wanted Garrosh to start having his turnaround as a character. Because, like I was just telling, both the Alliance and the Horde are bastards in Stonetalon. They are both just dirty, ugly... It's just a lot of dirty, ugly fighting between the two sides. And, yeah... I gotta be honest, doing this zone on the Horde made me feel kind of sick. Seriously. Also, apparently there's going to be a League of Legends fighting game. I don't know what I think about that. I will say this. Apparently, the Pokemon fighting game is actually supposed to be really good. Shrug. Only a very, very small number of the venture company survived. Like I said, they're literally desperately like, okay, we gotta get our profit margin somehow. Maybe. Mr. D is so sad. We need to make him happy. Ah, Mr. D, you're gonna be okay. Hooray! Now Mr. D just needs an angel to help him navigate. Will you be that angel, mister? Will you go out there with the crag and kill bunches and bunches of Alliance? Please, mister. Pretty please with sugar on top. If we kill enough Alliance, Mr. Kromgar will buy us all ice cream. He's even got the helmet. Oh my god, he's even got the helmet. I actually forgot about this. Stop. This is kind of creepy if I'm being honest. And by the way, you can move while having your flamethrowers going. And you can switch between the ice flamethrower and the fire flamethrower at will. Don't ask what an ice flamethrower is. It's too incomprehensible. Yes, Schmeidolf. Except they're all friendships. So the Pokemon fighting game has nothing but friendships. Death to the Alliance! I love the fact that that little Blood Elf girl is like, please go kill the Alliance. If you do, we'll get some ice cream. And by the way, the quest reward for this is Mr. Bubble's shockingly delicious ice cream. So we will actually get ice cream for doing this quest. That's really a thing that'll happen. That's a real thing. By the way, if it hasn't been made blatantly obvious yet, Blizzard likes their references. Yeah, exactly. Why are we killing hundreds of Alliance?
For the ice cream. Seriously, that's why.
Glory to the Sindorai.
Did you find any suspicious documents at Paltrow's camp? Perhaps on this rotting corpse? Any insight in the Alliance attack patterns? Anything?
Keep your wits about you.
Wait, I have a ding. I think I shall take a ding by this giant bomb. It seems like the kind of thing that should be picture-worthy. There we go. We've got the giant bomb in the background. Wonderful.
Anu Belore Delana.
What is it you require? A testament
Be
to the
ready for
might of the
anything.
Horde. Excuse me.
Blood and thunder.
Overlord Kromgar coughs.
I am, perhaps for the first time in my life, at a loss for words. I'm really not even sure where Claris even came from.
Strength.
Loktar! Alliance. Pigs! He spits on the ground. Enjoy the victory, for it shall be short-lived. Your bravery has given us more time to prepare, nothing more. We must prepare for the impending attack. I will have our soldiers prepare the bomb for transport. I want you to report to Chief Blastoneer Bombguts. She's been working hard to fix our anti-air cannons, but thus far has failed. Make sure she is properly motivated to repair our guns.
Farewell.
Hey, lady.
Hey, how you doing?
Listen, I'm supposed to, properly motivate you to fix my guns.
Ooh, yeah. Yeah, you can't fix these guns. Sorry.
What's up?
What does that even mean? Listen, Sergeant, I have a built-in mechanism for survival called self-interest. That is, it's in my best interest not to die. That being said, there's no fixing guns without the right materials. I've been waiting on parts for these for days. I sent one of my best engineers and 24 miners into the deep reaches 5 days ago. And after not hearing them for 3 days, I began to get a little worried. The Overlord sent 2 of his best orcs into the area. We've received no port since then. Head to the deep reaches directly below the fortress. Find out what's going on.
Have a good one.
I need those pots! Hey, I feel like we've been in this mine recently. That is a good question, Doc Hazard. Probably not, Furier. Because no one's requested one, so, you know. Oh, apparently we weren't in this mine, my bad. My bad, wrong mine.
Loktar.
Well, you see, it's quite simple. This cave is swarming with soulless killing machines. Here's the dilemma. I could do one of 2 things. Get killed down here, like everyone else, or get killed up there at Cromgar Fortress when Cromgar realizes we've lost the mine. I'm choosing the third option. Do nothing. So far, so good. You need parts? There's plenty left over from the junk scattered about this mine. You just gotta go gather them.
Strength. Speak, friend.
Dontar can explain it better than me. Basically, we're stuck between a rock and a hard place. Can't do anything down here, do all the things trying to kill us, and can't go back to base due to all the things trying to kill us. Maybe if we work together, we might be able to get this mess sorted out.
Be safe.
Yo!
As to useless. When they first arrived, I thought we were saved. Not so. Instead, they took one look at the mine and concocted some idiotic plan that involved standing here until we all died. You don't look nearly as useless. How about you lend a hand? I've got dozens of peons scared out of their gourds hiding in the deep reaches. Find them and get them out.
Hurry back!
I've got this. Fear not. No one will be of any danger anymore. I will make certain of it. Hello, frightened peon.
So, the name of this quest to save the frightened peons is called, and that's why they call them peons. Yes, MPPY, we finished Ashenvale today. It's quiet. Too quiet. Seriously, this is kind of creepy, actually. I am getting some weird, semi-nostalgic flashbacks to doing the Netherwing dailies, though. Because this mine has the same model as that major mine in there. And I did those Netherwing dailies way too many times on more than one character. What the... Oh, whoops! Whoops, yeah, okay. Yeah, let's turn back. I think technically I'm ahead of where I should be quest-wise. I probably should go ahead and switch to the Alliance already. But I'm going to go ahead and finish these quests up before we switch back to the Alliance. And now I'm stuck forever. Gosh darn it. Okay, fine.
You know what I like? Watermelon. Nom nom. Oh, right, I have a job to do. I should go do that. There is no reason to be frightened, little Alliance. I will not kill you. Now, there's this little blood elf girl, whom you should be terrified of, but not me. I am quite innocent. The worst thing I might do... Well, let's not talk about that. Oh, excuse me.
Whoops. Right, I need to do this.
Apparently I have taken a wrong turn in the mine. How unfortunate. There are assassins wandering around. I do hope they're all right.
Yeah, that's what I thought. As I say, this is the Alliance portion of the mines. I actually shouldn't be over here. I'm not sure how to get back, to be completely honest. I have an idea.
When I cook your meal this evening, it will have 3 full courses instead of 5. That is how upset I am with you, Alliance. Oomph. Oomph, I say.
There we go. Okay. We're back in the Horde section. Yay! God.
Fear not, little peon. You do not have to peon ever again.
I really have nothing to talk about. Anybody got any questions? This is a great time for it. Like, I have a couple of topics for Stonetalon, but I'd really rather save them for later. So... Like, I could talk about how these elementals are probably a byproduct slash consequence of, you know, the original inhabitants, I guess is the best way to put that, of this mountain. Yeah, I had this thing. We had this thing back in BC called the Booterang. See you around, Shiryu.
Damn, there are other players here. That is most unfortunate. I will have to kill them all. Oh well.
Damn it. Go. No. Whatever. Time to start tagging. Sorry, buddy. I'm already running out of things to say, and I got a deadline. My YouTube viewers are like, what is he doing? Oh my god. Just die. Okay, they're all dead. We're okay, guys. Well, one of the saved topics I have is professions. One of the things I've been thinking for a while is maybe professions shouldn't actually give you a gameplay benefit. Because the only... as it is, professions give you like a small gameplay benefit. Like they're like a way to step up to raid gear. I guess that works. I don't know. What do you guys think? Also, why do we have giant skull can? You know what? I don't want to know. I don't want to know.
Talk to me!
I knew it! You're a hero. If I have anything to do with it, you're going to be promoted to Legionnaire.
Glad I could help!
Magraw.
Yes, I am, Fury.
Get the parts, kill the elementals, and rescue the peons. We get all that done, we're as good as promoted.
Strength. Thrall Hall.
How's your part hunt going? I'll be damned. You managed to get the parts and not die. How are you only a sergeant?
For the Horde.
Oh, that was tough. I didn't think we'd make it back. We better get these parts to Chief Blastoneer Bomb Guts. I think I hear the gnomish flying machines buzzing outside. We haven't a minute to
Go
lose.
forth to victory.
But yes, I am on a live server. And other players are a constant hassle. Oh, thank God, music. I hate zones in this game that are silent. With no music, you know, it just bothers me every time I go in there. Oof. But before we continue, or rather, while we're continuing, I should clarify, we should go sell.
What do you need?
Sell everything. Nothing matters. Nothing matters. It's all junk. All of it. Get rid of all of it. Even the ice cream.
Go forth to victory.
Well, okay. So, for those of you not aware, back in the day, there was like a secondary benefit for professions. Like, I forget all of them, but for example, enchanters had an extra enchant or two you could get. Cloaks got like a mega enchant. Tailor, excuse me, got a mega enchant for the cloak. Engineers got the goggles and the gears. You know, there was like a extra benefit simply for being that profession. A stat benefit. There is Gnarlex? Yeah. Anyways, those benefits have basically gone away. The reasoning that was given was that it was simply considered too mandatory to have a profession for raiding. I don't know, though. I actually kind of liked having most of those secondary benefits from them, you know? I rather enjoyed the fact that I got that extra bonus. It was actually one of the reasons why my Warlock, back when I was actually playing her regularly, was a Skinner who was also an Herbalist. I literally did it just for the secondary benefits. I didn't use either profession at all. I just raised them and then used the benefits. One of the other directions, they've actually already started doing this in Warlords, is they've started making unique, fun little stuff. Buff tents, and the war drums is an old idea, and they've got these new cosmetic things you can get. All sorts of little stuff that doesn't actually give you really stat benefit for the profession, just gives you something fun or neat or different, and I kind of like that idea. But back in the day, there was this mindset that professions should be able to give you the gear requirement to get to heroics, basically. Like, profession gear was considered the equivalent of heroic gear in terms of quality. And then once you managed to move past that, you were on to raid gear, and that was the end of that. Some people disagree on exactly where that line should sit, though.
Looking
and
for something
to
specific?
make this clear, there is no, best option, to my knowledge. There's no, like, oh, well, this is clearly the way all
good
professions should work ever. It's just a differing perspective.
What brings you here?
Amazing story, lass. I'd never have believed it had I not seen it with my own eyes. You did enough damage to that balloon to make those fiends pull back. Alas, the threat is far from over. We've only delayed their attack. There's much we have to do if we are to stop the Horde from destroying Stonetalon.
May the stars guide you.
Yesterday morning, I dispatched a squadron of huntresses on a mission into Windshear Crag to obtain information about Horde operations in Stonetalon. Field intelligence reports that they had all been captured, including the squad leader, Huntress Iliona. Head east, slay the Kromgar infantry, and free our sisters. Yes, I
Go
do.
in peace.
The grenade bug, basically. Hey, look! There's this little girl that wants us to do a quest. Mr. P is sick. Okay. Sure. I'll help you heal Mr. P, as opposed to Mr. D. Now, Warlords, as Hylisk just points out, does push the profession gear being useful, because basically you make like a sword, and it's like heroic level or what, I think it's actually LFR level, but then you can upgrade it, and then you can upgrade it again, and then you can upgrade it again, and there's like 6, I think? Each patch put out another few upgrade levels, so I think it's 4 or 6 total upgrades, and the final upgrade is really, really high level gear. It has a naturally built-in time gate aspect to it, which I actually really do not like personally, by the way. I vehemently disagree with the time gating that they built into the professions in Warlords. But anyways, so after, a few weeks of doing your daily thing every day and nothing else, then you can go ahead and upgrade your item and voila, But, whoops, right, I need to kill people. Hey, what's up? You would be hard-pressed, Fury, to find an MMO I have not played. At some point or another. So, yeah, there's lots of different options here. Some people think that professions should be just for cosmetic stuff. Some people think that professions should just be low-level gear. You know, Band-Aid gear is what it's usually referred to as. In other words, filling in gaps in your gear rather than actually being your main source of equipment. Some people think it should be good gear, but not great gear. Like, so, second to top tier. A current normal level gear would probably be a good equivalent. And some people think that you should be able to make the best gear in the game via professions. You know, with enough time and effort and resources and all that. Which of these is true is completely up to you guys. But, see, the problem is there's a lot of valid arguments for all of the above. In fact, one of the other arguments, too, is that professions shouldn't be limited to just one of these tiers. That maybe you should have a profession that can get craft, like, low-level gear and middle-level gear and high-level gear and cosmetic stuff, you know, that kind of a thing. Oh, I remember that, Ricky. And I remember hating that. So what Ricky just said, back in Vanilla, in order to make flasks, you had to go into Blackwing Lair. I actually knew people in my guild who would sell our Blackwing Lair tie to people just so they could go in and get the flasks. There's also the thing in Charlemagne's that they added later, though. That's true, Hylisk. I actually kind of agree with you on that one. Let's just get rid of that. Now, I will say that I am glad we're not in vanilla anymore. I know I've said that a lot, but hear me out. My reasoning being that back in vanilla, you had to farm all sorts of consumables in order to raid. And I mean a lot. You had to go and just get, like, your Zul'Gurub enchants, and you had to go get your flasks, and or not even flasks, they didn't even have flasks. You had to get your elixirs, and you had to get your potions, and yeah, you had to get tons and tons of different stuff. You had to get your different buff foods. There were lots of different things that were required. Your stack of buffs was huge in vanilla raids, and it was pretty much required because they were balancing a lot of the high-end raids around people who had all of those buffs. So it wasn't like it was optional or anything. You had to go do it. And yeah. Come with me, Night Elfin Squad. Oh, God, no, Juju's. God, no. Ugh, no, no. No, no, no. I cannot say that word enough. No. Yeah, exactly, Ricky. I remember spending literally 3 or 4 days in the week of all of my time in WoW just getting together the mats and the prep work done for when I would actually raid. So my raiding actually took up about 4 days of my playtime throughout the week. And, yeah. I agree, Doc Hazard. But, of course, I am very unpopular for that opinion. Now, don't mistake me. As I was talking about recently, I think, this is just my impression, but I think really there's 2 big things that people mean when they miss vanilla. People who have a brain is what I mean. Because there's plenty of people who don't have a brain who are like, I hate vanilla, blah, blah, or I love vanilla, and WoW's just can't work, or something. You know, those people don't count. They don't have a brain. But there's plenty of people who do have a brain who miss vanilla, and I think I've thought about one of the reasons why. But before I say that...
Come in, Leaf Song. Are you there? I have noted the map. You are near the Cragcool Lake Waterville. Is that correct? It would appear the venture company has holed up by the Ville. Have a look around while you're up there. If you happen to see a treacherous gnome by the name of Garenza Wrenchwhistle, put your boot firmly up his keister for me. And for Nomragan, I will pay handsomely.
So, to continue my earlier thoughts.
Ah, wonderful. That's one more name I can scratch off my list.
Yeah, what Hylisk is saying is summarizing it. I think people miss the community of WoW Vanilla. And you know what? I'll even agree with that. I do also miss the community of WoW Vanilla. You know what I don't miss in WoW Vanilla? The game. I miss the just everything about that era of gaming, about the way people worked and interacted together, and the way that the guilds worked, and the way that there was this. It was just such a completely different era of gaming in general. You know, any game back at that time really had that feel, but WoW had it more than any other game, because WoW had that. You know, this was something new. I know this sounds weird, but WoW was new when it came out. It was just this new idea. No MMO had tried to be like this until then. But then, so, yeah, so, you know, some people are like, oh, if only WoW was back like it was in vanilla. And it never will be, because we have changed, you know? We have moved on as a culture, as a group, as a community. Gaming has moved on. It's like remembering the days when the NES was new, you know? Those were magical days because it was new. It was exciting. It was interesting. We were experimenting and trading codes and talking about it in the schoolyard, you know? It was just like, oh my God. And it's great, you know, all this stuff. Now, we still have great games now. And let's be honest, nowadays games are fundamentally better than the NES games. But the point is, there's nothing wrong with missing those old days. It's just, the point I want to make here, and some people seem to miss this, is no matter what you do to change WoW, those days will never come back. They're done. They're gone. That's life. That's how that works. We move on from an era to the next and to the next, sometimes for the better and sometimes for the worse. What we have now is a different era of gaming, a different era of MMOs. It's not the exploration anymore. It's not the frontier anymore. We're not all kids running around the playground anymore, you know? But that doesn't mean the game is worse. It just means everything about the gaming and the culture has changed, you know? So that's my opinion. I think when most people say, myself included, that when we miss vanilla, what we're missing is that feeling, that open world, that exploration, that community, that concept of all of that stuff. And we tend to kind of gloss over the things like spending 3 months getting to 60, or crawling our way through a particular zone because this one drop won't drop, and then this quest bugs out so we can't actually do that. Or druids, just in general, you know? And I could keep going, but there are so many flaws of WoW Vanilla that we tend to gloss over that and just remember the good part, you know? And I'm guilty of it too. You know, I'll admit it. Freely. So, that's just my take on that.
I am honored.
We don't have much time. To get me out of here, you're gonna have to take out Warlord Rocktrog. He holds the key to this prison. Prepare yourself. The Warlord comes. Kill him! Take the key. Use it to release me. Should we make it out of here? Report the following. The Horde have aborted their plans to destroy Windshire Hole due to their efforts of one of our heroes. They now plan to drop the bomb at Battlescar Valley. Oh my God, no! Now you die. I actually agree with what Tim's Up just said. Oh yeah, the itemization was terrible.
What brings you here?
Well done, Leaf Song. Return and tell them about all the things I've told you about. Well, thank you, Nicholas. But yeah, I agree. If they ever actually did add vanilla servers, there would definitely be a neat niche appeal to that. Absolutely. But most players would probably pop on, be like, yeah! And then remember how aggravating and frustrating and arduous that vanilla was. And again, that community doesn't exist anymore, so they just get really, really aggravated and tired and bored of it, finish the content, and they move on. So, I kind of agree with the reasoning. It's not... I'm usually in favor of niche markets, really, I am. But that's a lot of time and money to maintain something for a market of that size, in my opinion. Now, if they could pull that off, I'd be totally in favor of that. Let me make that clear. If they actually had, you know, the money to just dump on a vanilla server and just eat the expense without any return, I'd be okay with that. But the thing a lot of people tend to forget is the fact that most of those private servers that are set in vanilla, they have such high membership, not because of the fact that it's vanilla, because those servers tend to be modded to crap and back. And because they have commands, and because they have other things that they can interact with, and people that they know that they could, you know, be like, I need to go over here and quick, you know, they can bypass a lot of the actual vanilla gameplay because it's a private server. And sorry, Isotopes, I missed your question. But Deutsch answered it for you. March 23rd, I believe, is when the first video will start going live. Last I checked, anyways. And yeah, doing dungeons was such a chore in vanilla. God. You know what I don't remember fondly about vanilla? Standing in Ironforge for 2 hours trying to get a 5th person for Shalomance. You know? Mr. P is so sad. We need to make him happy. Mr. P, you're gonna be okay. Yay! So she says basically the exact same. Can you go kill bunches and bunches of Horde? Please? Okay. We'll go kill bunches and bunches of Hordes. Hello, Ashura. How long do you think it will last, though, Ricky? Yeah, maybe it will last. And you know what? That's fine. And that's great. And I'm happy for them. I will never go back to a vanilla server because all I can say is I don't want to play vanilla again. I hated playing vanilla. I liked the community of vanilla. I just even said I liked the community of gaming back in the day. But I don't want to play vanilla again. If I wanted to waste my time doing boring, terrible garbage that was grindy, poorly balanced, poorly optimized, not interesting, you know. No thank you. You know what I mean? But I know that there are going to be some diehards who are always going to tell me that I'm a terrible person for liking the game the way I like it. And you know what? I'm tired of having the argument. I absolutely am utterly sick to death of people telling me that vanilla was better than WoW has ever been, and all WoW needs to do is go back to vanilla. Vanilla, 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 vanilla. I'm sick to death of it. You know? You literally cannot go to any forum, even a lore forum, without hearing about vanilla, 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 vanilla. Vanilla, 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 vanilla. In fact, if I may, if you'll forgive me, give me just a second. Here it is. Perfect. I just want everyone to read the comic I'm linking in chat right now, just really quick. You know what? I'll go ahead and read this for our viewers on YouTube. So I'm going to skip forward a little bit. It's a cooking show, and they're going to make famous vanilla scones. But where do we get vanilla? And so they go talk to this guy, and he's like, raids are so stupid now. Any idiot can raid. Raids took way more skill in vanilla. No, they didn't. You were just stupider. It used to be a fun challenge. Now you only need 10 people. Vanilla was way better. Have you ever led a raid? Pleasing 40 whining guildmates and simultaneously helping them to avoid suicide by fire is not something I'd call a fun challenge. What went wrong? This game used to be so good. It's simple. The game was new to you then. You had a different experience. That's not replicable. Saying it was a better game is patently false. Did I mention I've been playing since vanilla? Oh, sweet, blessed, happy, perfect vanilla. And he's like crying. And so the cooks shove up on like they start collecting his vanilla tears. Because apparently the most potent vanilla flavor in the world comes from the tears of nostalgic historical revisionists. And yes, Slates, this is a BioShock parody. If it wasn't super obvious by the helmet. So anyways,
talk to me.
So, yeah, I did that.
Watch your back.
Yeah. Oh, God. STO's vanilla was terrible. It was barely functional as a game. When STO got good, I had to spend like an hour convincing my friends that it was actually a good game now. Because we all played it back in vanilla. And it was atrocious. It was garbage. And, yeah, no kidding, Hylisk. And so, yeah, it was like, no, you don't understand. It's actually good. Uh-huh. Yeah, I played STO. No, seriously. Yeah, anyways.
I am listening.
So what does he say in response to our Bioshock quest? This is awkward. Good job out there with the robot. You caught me a little off guard. I didn't realize the girl was so, special. Well, whatever gets the job done, right? Am I right? Probably. Have some ice cream.
Delnadris.
A hero thwarted their plans to destroy Windshear Hold, huh? Well, that hero was you! You are the pride of the Alliance. It seems that you have bought us a little bit of time. I must plan for the battle that lies ahead of us. Seek out the other inhabitants of the Hold and lend them your assistance. I will call for you when I'm ready to initiate our defensive strategy.
Good luck, friend.
Ding.
What can I do for you?
Was traveling up Woodblinder Path. Ambushed, not by horde, spiders. Big, ugly, hairy, nasty spiders. No!
For the Alliance.
For the ice cream. Nice, Vinatry.
Goddess bless you.
Poisoned travelers are becoming a common occurrence around the Windshear. Why, just the other day, a Northwatch captain fell prey to the spiders of Webwinder Hollow. He would have died to the poison had it not been for my anti-venom. Sadly, my stock is almost depleted. Please, go get me deep moss venom socks.
May the stars guide you.
Okay, I'll get you some socks. Sacks.
What brings you here?
The great cataclysm has unearthed a forgotten highborn city within the mountains. You must venture to the ruins of Eldrathar. Once you are there, search for ancient relics.
Be careful.
And that's an Arcanist asking me to do that, by the way. A Night Elf Mage.
Hello.
We didn't skip Noxoramus. What are you talking about? The Rage of the Elements has unearthed a hidden highborn city in the heart of Stonetalon Mountains. Directly southwest of here, through Shishir Canyon, you'll find the ruins of Eldrathar. Take this device. Use it on the highborn ghosts. It will put their souls to rest and collect valuable data.
Be careful.
Wait, why don't I...
Can I assist you?
There we go. Just say, hello! Alright, we're good, we're good. Everything's good. Everything is awesome. But yeah, we did Noxoramus in vanilla, actually, in our vanilla section. Ah. I don't know, I hear Summoner's kind of underpowered right now. Oh. Damn it. Yeah, go for it, Night Forger. I'm always listening. Wait, let me do my best impression here. I'm listening. Yeah, I can't do it. What do you want from me? Damn it, you know, I swore I wouldn't stop and speechify, but then I got talking about vanilla. I knew I couldn't resist, even though I tried. I am truly the worst lore runner around. This is why you guys should go watch Nobel instead of me. He doesn't sit there and just talk. There's a lot of spiders around here. Look at this. They've actually pulled a tree over with their webs. It's kind of impressive, really, when you think about it. I wonder what that giant frickin' thing is moving over on the horizon there. Okay. That's a, it's an SUV-sized spider. That's true. Nobel doesn't do Kingdom Hearts. I have no idea, MP. Yeah, that was a fairly large spider. Didn't used to be that large in vanilla. Oh, apparently Nobel also does Zelda. I didn't actually know that. I still wish I could have coordinated with him on this one, but whatever. Like other quests are like, you should be in Desolace right now. Why are you in Stonetalon? Hell, you should have already finished South Barrens. What are you doing here? The chat add-on is broken, Mr. Charles, so
Peace
it's
be
that or
with you.
nothing, basically.
Go in peace.
So, we have a picture there.
Well met.
Don't worry about me. I should be okay now that the big hero killed the Spider Queen. Can get reinforcements through safely now.
Light bless you.
Northwatch could use a really powerful night elf like you. We're taking a beating in the South Barrens. We need your help. The bomb? Yeah, it's a problem, but the Stonetalon isn't exactly prime real estate. This place was a dump before the Horde sank their claws into it. I'll leave you the choice. If you want to help us out in the Barrens, take my horse.
Go with honor, friend.
Wow. Well, we're gonna just not do that for a bit. Hang on, so how do I... I guess we have no choice but to go in this direction. I like that, by the way. The, what the hell, Neuralix? I like the fact that the human's like, yeah, this place kind of sucks anyways. Why don't you go after Barons, someplace that's worth fighting over? I find that hilarious given Stonetalon's overall significance to the Night Elves, and to Druids in general, and to the wealth of resources that exist here. But no, let's just let the Horde have it, right? It's bad because, Lilu, if someone, and this has happened, if someone pops on and starts spouting off about how Hitler was right and secretly we should do all sorts of horrible things. I'm not even going to give you a theoretical. He says horrible, terrible, disgusting stuff that is unpleasant and offensive. Well, I ban his ass, right? But then everyone watching on the YouTube VOD gets to see his hate-mongering just still up there on the screen for however long it takes for the chat to finally scroll off. Furthermore, if anybody decides to pop on and say, oh, I don't know, start spoiling things, well, guess what? That spoiler gets to stay there in the chat until it scrolls off the screen. So, for these two reasons alone, I think it is entirely worthwhile to just go ahead and remove it from the situation in its entirety. 'Cause, yeah. Excuse me. Are you one of the Highborn? Can I please capture your soul? Please? Thank you. Nom, nom, nom. You know, I'd really like to capture a lot of souls. Can I do that? Oh, crap. You say that, Ricky, and yet we've already had that problem in this lore run. So... I'm not sure what you mean by that, Night Forger. Well, let's go gather some ruins down here. So this whole area basically wasn't here pre-Cataclysm. The Cataclysm uprooted it. So, yeah. These are, of course, some of the old Highborn. The ones who were, you know, mages from back in the day before everything went to hell. We'll learn a little bit more about the story of Eldrathar as we go through this. Just a little bit. Not too much, really. See if we can try and capture more of their souls, shall we? Yay! In case you think I'm being exaggerative, by the way, we are quite literally reducing them down to the base spirits and binding those spirits to us. I hear Lord Xavius left for his tower in Ashenvale today. Oh? Do you think his promise of an even greater source of power will come true? As one of the greatest of the Highborn, he will succeed where others have failed. I'm still wary of the risks. While I agree that Malfurion and his dirt-loving brothers are quite mad, this Lord Sargeras must have another agenda. Shush! Quiet, before the others hear you. Why do I have this weird feeling we're not actually doing the right thing here? And we don't have the excuse of being a Pandaren this time. Those pinnacles of joy and wonder. There's one. Well, we have been asked to put these spirits to rest by a Night Elf Mage, one of the returning Arcanists. As I mentioned before, the mages of the Night Elves kind of came out of hiding when the Cataclysm happened. So, we're doing this on their behalf. As for their overall motivations, well, I've got it, guys. Ghosts are another form of undead, right? They're type 2 undead. Therefore, logically speaking, undead are evil. I mean, the Scarlet Crusade taught us that much. And so we have to fight the undead in all their forms. So what we're doing is actually good. Yes, exactly, MPPY. Come with me, bound spirits. Normally I'd say if you want to live, but, it'd be kind of awkward right now to say that. I mean, I don't mean any insult by it. Really, I don't. It's just, you know. No, it's okay. It's okay, Doc Hazard. Honestly, souls exist to be harvested. If there's one thing our time amongst the Scourge taught us, it's that. Souls are a valuable resource. The worst thing we could do is to not utilize them to their furthest extent. What we really need is to get those soul grinders working again. And to start processing down the bits and pieces of people's souls and mesh them together into some kind of unholy amalgam of good and joy and ice cream. And anyone who doesn't agree with me is a insert whatever's unpopular right now. Would this be a good time to point out that Warlocks as a gameplay mechanic harvest souls?
Elune be with you.
I assure you, the spirits you captured are at rest. Do not let their protests move you.
Goddess, watch over you.
I am listening.
Have you recovered their relics? Oh, wonderful. Arcanist Valdurian will be most pleased.
May the stars guide you.
Hey look, it's someone who misses vanilla. I mean, Gilneas. I knew a man once that rejected all those answers. A great man who built a home, who felt as he did. A man who chose the impossible. That man was Gen Greymane, and that impossible choice was Gilneas. For Gilneas.
How may I help?
You're still here? What are you waiting for? A personal engraved invitation? Lord Falomir beckons, fool. Go to him now.
May the stars guide you.
Oh, you're a nice buddy, aren't you? Seriously, you think normal Night Elves are arrogant. You have no idea. Night Elf mages are all of the arrogance of normal Night Elves, and on top of that, the fact that they feel like they've been superior to normal Night Elves for the past 10 millennia.
Goddess watch over you.
Seriously.
Greetings.
Good news. Good to see you again. I have some news. Scout Commander Barris, stationed at Merkfellon Post to the northwest, has spotted the Horde bomb. The Kromgar air balloon with the bomb attached to it is currently at the new Goblin fueling station at the lake. This might be our opportunity to take that thing out once and for all. Gather your things and move out. And your tenacity is a testament to the strength and fortitude of the Alliance. Glory be unto you. Also, I heard something about you, like, harvesting souls. Is that just something that... I mean... No, it was probably nothing. Forget I asked. I'm sure it was not. By the way, we're still barefoot. I just feel like pointing that out.
Hello.
That's what I
Goddess
thought.
watch over you.
Okay, so so the bomb has moved. So technically we're actually in the future at this point. Now, the Well of Eternity was actually right up here. In fact, it is literally was, I really should say. Well, the new well was right there. The original well was right there. The Emerald Dream, it really is, should be said as a plural, is all of the different layers of the prototype worlds that Titans built in order to construct this world. Because they didn't just snap their fingers and make Azeroth, right? That's not how scientists work in general. They try something, and they analyze it, and they take their time, and they study it, and they say, well, that didn't work. So let's try adjusting a few variables. So they made different layers of this proto-Azeroth until finally they got it all right, and then they actually made the Azeroth itself that we know and love. Or hate, as the case may be. So meanwhile, while we're off fighting spiders and capturing souls...
Welcome, friend.
Just in time, the flying machines are happening. The attack is imminent. There's no time to leave. Here they come. Take control of a heavy gun and shoot the gnomes out of the sky. If that bomb gets too many hits, it'll blow, taking us all with it.
Be good.
Quick. Oh, there they are. Oh, incoming. Incoming. Take evasive action. Take evasive action. Do note that they're deliberately trying to attack the bomb. Just try to keep that in mind when you consider what we just said about how the bomb, if it blows here, well, I mean, you know, it would probably kill more Horde than Alliance, but that sounds a little bit like a Pyrrhic victory to me for people who are trying to save the zone. Yes, Netherhunter, that is correct. Also, I've been thinking about it, and if the vote is for me to read the book on screen, we're going to devote an entire day towards it, and that day will be Wednesday, next Wednesday specifically. So feel free to consider that into your equations when thinking about this. Because the Emerald Dream is where most natural magic comes from, and the Titans crafted it in such a manner. So, yeah.
Mukra!
I've never seen such an act of bravery. You've saved the base, Sergeant. Or should I say Legionnaire Loktar?
For the Horde!
Honor Strand has been lost. The Horde's grip on the Barrens shattered. And along with the land itself, I now receive reports we are at risk of losing Malak Jin in a concerted attack by the Alliance and the Grim Totem.
Wait, what?
Farewell!
Do we not have those quests yet? Hang on. Crap. Okay, we're gonna... Yeah, see, this is the problem. The Alliance and Horde quests in Stonetalon don't actually line up one-to-one. There's actually more Alliance quests here than there are Horde quests, which is weird, really. So we're actually gonna have to go and switch to our Alliance again, so we can go do the Grim Totem quests. Oh, we're gonna do the Grim Totem quest. I'm so sorry, everyone. We're gonna go work with the Grim Totem. Isn't that great? Who started the war between the Horde and the Alliance? The Twilight's Hammer. Oh, you mean the previous war? The Burning Legion. Who are the Twilight's Hammer? A group of cultists who are devoted towards the old gods is the quickest, easiest summary I could give for one of the most complicated, in-depth organizations across the history of the setting. Really? Really? You had to root me right at the last second there. Oh yeah, I need to pick up one of these. Well, considering we're soloing, we'll go ahead and take Chi Wave. The Burning Legion, it consists of a number of artificial and natural demons that were gathered together by Sargeras, who used to be a Titan, in a specific and deliberate attempt to destroy all of reality because they felt that reality is corrupt and it needs to be restarted and built properly.
And honor.
So, there's the quest to go kill the spiders. We'll just skip that because we already did that. There's really no reason to repeat it. The funny thing was poor Garona was, yeah. There's actually a line about how Varian remembers watching her kill, Rin and kill Lane, and she was literally crying when she did it. And it makes sense because she was being compelled to do so. She didn't want to at all. She actually was friends with Lane. So she was being forced against her will to kill him, and it tore her apart to do it. You want to talk about someone who's a victim in this setting, it's Garona. Ugh. It's another reason to hate the crap out of Gul'dan. Okay, so we're actually going to pause a moment and go back in our alliance. Pentas don't have a lot of lore. Yeah, no, Pandarans have a ton of lore. But regardless, the viewers actually picked our races. We won't even be discussing more of the Pandaren lore other than what we've already discussed until we actually get to Pandaria. Should you come back to WoW? I don't know. I'm not the person to ask that. I've been playing WoW for quite some time now. Is this the one I want? Yeah, I think that's the one I want. If you're going to come back to WoW, wait until the lead-up event happens, the acclamation patch, which we don't know what's going to happen. It's going to happen at some point in the next few months. When that happens, I'd definitely say it's worth coming back to see if you like the game again. Giant spider. See, that doesn't bother me because it's so unrealistic looking. Ironically, the stylized aesthetics prevent my arachnophobia from triggering. It's great. Legion perfectly lines up with the lore, with one exception. Garona and alternate Garona are both in lore. Both in game, I should say, excuse me. We'll be meeting Garona, our Garona, when we get to the Twilight Highlands. We'll be meeting alternate Garona when we get to a particular point in the Legendary Ring quest chain in Draenor. The funny thing is the Garona in-game, if memory serves, I could be wrong about this, doesn't even mention her son. Or if she does, she mentions him once. So here's hoping that Madon never existed, am I right? Right, I'm Alliance. I need to remember that. There are only 2 Garonas that I'm aware of, Ravenwind. Those are for our current donation incentive, Flawless, which someone else could probably help with a little bit more. The father is Medivh. Madon's father is Medivh, I should say. Yes, fanfic boy. Ugh. Forgive my distaste. I do not care for fanfic boy at all. Hey, Victory. Yes, the plugin is still broken. Sorry, did I? I did. There we go. I like that Deutsch. And the good one. Alright, so... the Alliance is desperate for a win against the Horde. So desperate that we have holy food. We literally have blessed food. Also, Cookie McWeak Sauce is back. You remember him? He was in the Draenei starting zone of Azure Mist as a member of part of the Alliance expedition that was in the area. And he's back! And as you can see, he's become a much more professional-looking chef since then.
What can I do for you?
Cossack sent you? Surprising. I thought for sure he'd be dead by now. Well, if you made it past the blockade, then you'll definitely have something we can use. Now, have any news of the Horde? What are they doing? Where are they going? Tell me everything! The purpose of this base was to establish a foothold in the Stonetalon for Theramore and to open up a supply line to the Night Elves. The Horde, unfortunately, has given us one hell of a fight. Hellscream's armies are mighty and unrelenting. I haven't seen this kind of ferocity from the Horde since the Second War. It would appear the mine the Explorers League dug out is being used by the Horde to backdoor us. We need to seal that thing off.
Be good.
Well, let's frickin' do it then. I like the moonwells in here. Moonwells don't have to be the big, massive ones we see. Moonwells can be much smaller constructs like this. They'll feed and restore less elves, but, you know, still useful. They can be used as arcane things as well, if they choose.
What's on your mind?
Seal it off. That's gonna take some work, friend. To bring this mine down, you're gonna need to blow up her support beams. I can provide you the explosives you'll need, but you'll have to trudge through Cromgar assassins to get through the beams. The good news, if any exists, is we'll always mark our support beams with a big X. Look for the markers and plant this dynamite near them. And once you've planted them, all the dynamite will come back here and I'll activate the explosives.
Off with you.
How are you?
Horde monsters. Puh. Look at this place. They've wiped out innocents. Civilians. Listen, Leaf Song, you've got to help us. Go into the deep reaches and look for surviving miners. If there are any still alive, they're probably scared witless. Check in the nooks and crannies of the mine. Maybe in minecarts. There are bound to be some left alive and hiding.
Safe travels. Light be with you.
Congrats, Mr. Churls. Ah, the Explorers League. Such a profound group of morons. Not only do we have Tauren ghosts up our butts, the Explorers League has also managed to open up a back door to the primary Horde base. Now we've got Cromgar assassins silently executing everyone in the mine. I need you to go in there and clean house. I almost forgot to give you these goggles. Put them on immediately. They'll make all stealthed assassins plainly visible.
Be careful.
Right. So if you remember, this is the area we accidentally ended up in on our Horde. Like I said, there's both sides of this mine. And, as you can see, that's actually a story point, that the Explorers League actually dug the mine so far that they actually connected with the Horde mine. And for some weird reason, the Horde decided to use that to their advantage. Go figure, huh? I don't know, Norlex. So I was asked in chat what the most lore-dense zone is in the game, and that's a very tough question, actually. I think just off the top of my head, I would actually go with Storm Peaks, which has a ton of lore. Now, most of it's about the same general concept, aka the Titans and everything to do with them. You know, the original Watchers, Ulduar, of course, Yogg-Saron, all that fun stuff. But there is a huge density of lore in Storm Peaks. So, that'd probably be my guess, if I had to pick one spot. It was a huge treat going through Storm Peaks for the lore run. I feel like that was probably the best zone I've done so far for this run. Also, hi, Wraith. And YouTube's like, what? There's someone named Wraith in chat. I wonder if they're like the original Wraith hero that was in Warcraft 3. I know, Deutsch. I know. So there's a reason I use that chat all the time. That chat plugin. Hello, Sensation. Let's see. Favorite zone. Well, okay. My favorite zone overall is actually Vashir. But that's not a hugely lore-rich zone. It's got a lot of lore, but it's not, like, very dense. Most of the lore there is actually about the Naga, in particular.
What can I do for you?
You can stop cowering like a... no, whatever.
Hey, is this thing on? Anybody there?
Stupid gnome junk. Is anybody there? Leaf Song, are you there? Maybe she's dead. Listen, if you can still hear me, we've got word that the Horde's master assassin is in the mines, directing the other assassins. Find her, kill her, report back to me. Damn gnome contraption. Hello? They're down. My bad. Where did the Naga come from? The Naga are the survivors of the Night Elves who were plummeted to the bottom of the ocean 10,000 years ago in the mountains, and made a deal with Unzoth. At least I'm pretty damn sure it was Unzoth, although we'll find out eventually which old god it was exactly. Made a deal with an old god, who may or may not be Unzoth, in order to convert them into the Naga.
What are you linking me, Psychotic? Yep. It's happened to me, too. No joke. That is something I have experienced. Hey, Permeus. It's like right around here somewhere. I just don't remember where. Well. Yeah, Vashir is probably the most atmospheric zone in the game, in my opinion. And I love the overall dread of it. It's brilliant. Night Forger, I'm going to let you guess the answer to that one. So I haven't actually answered my favorite dense lore zone. Storm Peaks does actually come towards the top of my list of favorite zones in general. Musically, visually, quest design-wise, lore. Is that... No. I thought I got this one already. Apparently not. To my knowledge, Unzoth does not use any insectoid minions. But I have to add to my knowledge. Unzoth tends to use a lot of Naraki, way more than the other old gods we've seen. Like, way, way more. So that may be his, particular favorite servitor race. Okay, hang on. Favorite lore dense zone. Very good, Night Forger. That is a really tough question. I think I'll just go ahead and say the Storm Peaks. It's a good answer.
to you.
Oh, thank the light. You are truly a righteous instrument of power. The Alliance is lucky to have you. Oh my god, it's the one Joker.
See you around. Help.
Nicely done, Leaf Song. You worked the mines like a pro. Give me my goggles back.
For the Alliance.
How are you?
Here goes nothing.
Be good.
Ding, apparently. Here goes nothing. Keep your fingers crossed. There we go.
Greetings.
Yippee! She's all closed up. No more horde backdooring us. You've done an admirable job down here. Force Commander Valen has taken notice and requested that you see him immediately. He's got a special mission lined up for you, one that'll hopefully put a cold stop on the Horde's incursion into Stonetalon.
Light bless you.
So I've been asked, what is my favorite NPC lore-wise? Anduin. Don't even have to think about that, Anduin. He's an awesome character. Well, what I tend to notice, Wraith, is Unzoth is clearly the schemer. Of all of the old gods, he is definitely the long-term planner and manipulator. And so it would go along with him being the brain, too, if we're continuing that analogy.
Great to meet you.
I know you'd be a special snowflake when I first set eyes upon you. So special, in fact, I'd trust no one else with what I'm about to ask of you. Can you hear them fighting down below, Leaf Song? It appeared the Grim Totem Taran are no longer in the good graces of the Horde. I don't know what happened, but we can turn this around to our advantage. I'll arrange a meeting with the ambassador from the Grim Totem. What I need you to do is to put together a peaceful offering. Talk to Cookie. He's already been briefed on what to do.
Keep your feet on the ground.
You need something?
Anduin has actually seen combat, yes. He is a priest. Like, class-wise, I mean. Very briefly, though, in the Jade Forest, and I believe that's it. That's the only thing I can remember of him fighting off the top of my head.
The name be Cookie, lass. Greatest cook cross Azeroth. Now the commanders told me we'd be needing to do. To gain audience with the Grim Totem Chief, We're gonna have to cook up the finest of Tauren cuisine. You get me the ingredients and I'll put together an offer no Tauren could refuse. Not even a grim Tauren or whatever those things are. To make a perfect peace offering, I need the following. Kalimdor eagle eggs, ram haunches, and... kobold special cheese.
See you later.
That's right. As the Alliance, we are going out of our way to treat with the Grim Totem to get their aid against the Horde. I don't even know what else to add to that. Favorite heroes and villains. Anduin. Arthas. All the average. You're not going to hear anything special. I know sometimes people ask me questions thinking, he's going to come out with some big, amazing answer that no one's ever thought of. No, my answer for my favorite Warcraft characters is just going to be all the expected answers, guys. Sorry. Nothing fancy here. And yes, Unzoth was the one who was working towards the Hour of Twilight. Unzoth was the one, therefore, and this is admittedly entering speculative range, but, so, to rewind a little bit, if Unzoth was the one specifically pushing for the Hour of Twilight, and we have every reason to believe that, it's just not 100% confirmed, then yes, Unzoth is in fact, the one, not only the one pushing that, but the one who's responsible for the infinite dragonflight, and for the corruption of Nozdormu into Murazond. Why did Illidan become evil? Bad writing. I like how Salty Panda said that too. But seriously, that is the legitimate answer. I should be killing rams. Anduin uses his head. That's pretty much what I enjoy about him as a character the most, Venters. Anduin is not prejudiced, or biased, or stupid. He's not someone who... Ew! There's a blood-engorged tick on that ram. Ew, 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 ew. I do not like ticks. Ugh. Ugh. I don't want to think about that. So anyways, Anduin is... He uses his brain. He's well-reasoned. He's one of the only characters who actually seems to agree that we should be, working towards cooperation rather than mindlessly, senselessly killing each other. He's proven himself to be strong-willed, even though he hasn't really been tested in combat yet. You know, that kind of a thing. I don't know what else to add to that. Also, I have only one thing to say about ticks. Spoons! So, now, Lilu postulates something that everyone else agrees with, and we don't actually know if this is true yet or not, because Legion will actually give us the answer as to what happened to Illidan. They may literally just flat-out retcon the BC Illidan, the badly written run, or they might allow that the Skull of Gul'dan completely corrupted Illidan from being Illidan, who was a decent chap who was, at worst an anti-hero, to being, which is what he was portrayed as in BC. And I can accept the fact that the Skull of Gul'dan completely corrupted Illidan, since after all, it completely corrupted Ner'zhul, and that's not a question. We know for 100% fact Ner'zhul went from a well-meaning, well-intentioned, decent orc leader, who was overall just someone who was completely manipulated by everyone else around him, to being evil as a result of his interaction with the Skull of Gul'dan. So, yeah. Yes, I'm stealing cheese from kobolds. Apparently they have the best cheese around. I don't know why. Don't ask. Like I said, Psychotic, I've been thinking for quite some time that Ner'zhul basically stopped existing. when he took on the skull. The moment he grabbed the skull of Gul'dan, he went from being Ner'zhul to being, we will leave behind all of the Horde, and we will leave the Orcish people, and we will spit on them. And he nearly killed one of his own people. Remember, Ner'zhul's original plan for opening the portals was to have an escape route for his people from a world that was already self-destructing. Try to remember that for a moment. So, he was trying to save his people, and the second he picks up the skull, he turns into, oh, I'm just gonna leave and look out for myself, and kill my own followers if I have to. No. I strongly theorize that that is either a heavily, heavily corrupted Ner'zhul, or that he is, in fact, Gul'dan, in every way that matters. And I've said it before and I've said it again. If you look at all the actions of the first Lich King, you know, the one that was calling himself Ner'zhul back in Warcraft 3, and replace Ner'zhul with Gul'dan, it lines up quite well. It's probably not true. Ner'zhul probably was just corrupted. Because, you know, it's Blizzard, and they love their corruption storylines. But I like that idea. A lot. I say, because they're mammals' origin? I don't know. How much corruption does it take to fix Azeroth? I don't know, why don't we ask Sargeras? I'm sure he's got some thoughts on the matter. I think I would agree with you, Gnarlex, if it were under normal circumstances, but it wasn't. Gul'dan has never been like Xavius was. For those of you who don't remember, Xavius was... Oh, we'll get there, Ventures, trust me. Xavius, is such a slavic, devoted... Hey, call me. He literally worships Sargeras. He literally just prostrates himself before Sargeras. So even while Sargeras was torturing him in mindless, horrific agony, Xavius was only using that as a way to reinforce his following of Sargeras, right? Gul'dan has never been that much of a zealot. Gul'dan has been... He's out for himself. He wants that power. He wants that long-term power for himself. And there's a bit of despairing pragmatism to Gul'dan. There's actually a line of Gul'dan's, which I really hate to bring up right now, because we're trying not to talk about Legion, but you brought it up, Gnarlex, and I got a counter-argument while it's still fresh, so if you'll give me just 1 second here. I'm just killing kobolds anyway, so you don't really need to hear that, right? So there's a line here that I always felt had just a little bit of that hopeless pragmatism about it. Right after this.
Their resolve is unbreaking. They will come. They will fight. And they...
Hang on just a second, that's wrong. Why is that scaled wrong? What the hell? Hang on, we have a problem, and I don't know why. Shut up. What the crap? I have this all set up. It's been working. Hang on a second. See if it works for another file. Nope. What the hell? Okay, so my settings just reset themselves, apparently. Which means I gotta completely redo these settings, so you're gonna have to give me a moment. I need to do this at some point anyway, so I might as well do it now. Very strange why that would reset like that. Anyways, so, there's this line, Gnarlex, by Gul'dan.
Of your blood in victory.
Fight if you must, Hellscream. It is no matter. In the end, we all serve the Legion.
So, that line right there. Maybe this is just me reading too much into it, but that's not the first and only time where I see Gul'dan having that sort of, you know, resistance is futile, so I might as well collaborate kind of perspective on things. And as we've already established, Gul'dan does not care about the rest of the orcs, or the Legion, or anything. He cares about himself. That has always been a major part of his character arc, and his characterization. So, by my overall reckoning, I wouldn't be surprised if Gul'dan would actually actively fight against the Legion, given the opportunity to do so, given the power to do so. In fact, there's a wonderful line. I'm going to look up an exact quote for you, if you'll give me just a moment. Yeah, Bragwin, we still need to talk about that, by the way. My dear, dear Bragwin. Come on, Google. Don't let me down. Google let me down. Okay, hang on. It's okay, I found it anyways, because I'm amazing. Kel'Thuzad is being led up... yes, Dark Hazard. Kel'Thuzad is being led up towards the Frozen Throne where the first Lich King sits, okay? The Wraiths... I'm just going to read straight up here. The Wraiths brushed against him, startling him into crying out. Echoes of the sound reverberated throughout the cavern. He clutched his fur cloak with clammy, trembling hands. His breath rattled in the back of his throat, and he had the sudden terrible urge to turn around and start running. "Where is the Master?" he asked, and his voice was high and quavering. No answer. Just a storm of hail that lashed at him cruelly. He stumbled and recovered his footing. With each step, the throne felt more and more oppressive, pushing his head down, bending his spine. He could barely walk upright. Before long, he fell to his hands and knees. The necromancer spoke to Kel'Thuzad directly, in a voice that was no longer even remotely kind.
Let this be your first lesson. I have no love for you or your people. On the contrary, I intend to scour humanity from this planet, and make no mistake, I have the power to do it.
Relentless, the Wraiths did not permit him to stop. Beyond humiliation, he abandoned his staff and began to crawl. The necromancer's malevolence beat down upon him and pressed him deeper into the snow. Kel'Thuzad was shaking and whimpering. And oh God, he's been wrong. He'd been so stupidly, colossally wrong. This wasn't fatigue. It was stark terror.
You will never catch me unaware, for I do not sleep, and as you should have already guessed, I can read your thoughts as easily as you might read a book. Nor can you hope to defeat me. Your puny mind is incapable of handling the energies I manipulate on a whim.
Kel'Thuzad had long since torn his robes, and his leggings were useless against the icy rock of rough-hewn stairs. His hands and knees left bloody tracks behind him as he struggled up the last spiral. The throne radiated bone-chilling cold, and mist surrounded it. A throne not of crystal, but of ice.
Immortality can be a great boon. It can also be an agony, the likes of which you have not yet begun to fathom. Defy me, and I will teach you what I have learned of pain. You will beg for death. He came within a few feet of the throne and could go no further, pinned helplessly beneath the thing's overwhelming aura of inhuman might and hatred. An unseen force bore down him on the ground, his face into the unyielding stone. Please, he found himself sobbing. Please. Further words escaped him. Finally, the pressure eased. The wraiths flittered away, but he knew better than to rise. Doubted, in any case, that he could. His eyes, however, unwillingly sought out his tormentor. A set of plate armor was seated within the throne, rather than upon it. Kel'Thuzad might have thought the armor black, but blinking hard, he saw that no light was reflected from its surface. In fact, the longer he looked, the more it seemed to devour light, hope, and sanity. The ornate spiked helm obviously doubled as a crown. It was set with a single blue gem, and like the rest of the armor, appeared empty. In one gauntlet, the figure clasped a massive sword whose blade had been etched with rune. Here was power. Here was despair. As my lieutenant, you will gain knowledge and magic to surpass your most ambitious dreams. But in return, living or dead, you will serve me for the rest of your days. If you betray me, I shall make you one of my mindless ones, and you will serve me still.
Now, tell me that doesn't sound like Gul'dan.
Hey there.
This rambling ain't gonna make itself. Stand back, Leaf Song. There's about to be a flavor explosion, and I wouldn't want you getting hurt.
Have a good one. See you later.
Stand back when the cookie gets cooked and things be getting crazy. Bam! More bam! Ultra bam! Now to mix it together and add me special spices. Bam! Oh, holy cooking, quite literally. It smells delicious, Cookie. Who could resist such a meal? Leaf Song, get this meaty offering to the Grim Totem Ambassador immediately. Excuse me.
Hello.
You heard the commander. Deliver me perfect offering to Grim Totem Ambassador. Him and his crew be waiting for you at the bottom of the path.
Safe travels.
So, now I gotta be honest. I would love for the first Lich King to be Gul'dan. It just makes so much sense. But he's not. It's just Ner'zhul because Blizzard is really boring with a lot of their storytelling. I'm serious. They tend to do the really boring, obvious storytelling thing a lot. It actually is kind of aggravating, if I'm being honest. I keep enjoying this story because they're really good at character stuff, and there's some cool, things they do. But their overall plot structure is really, really predictable. So no, it's just Ner'zhul, and he just went crazy because he was corrupted by the Skull of Gul'dan. There you go. There's what's actually true. Sigh.
You have brought something for us. This may be the greatest thing I've ever tasted. You may prove to be a valuable ally. But before the Grim Totem agree to work with the Alliance, you must agree to our terms. I will now give you those terms as told to me by our leader. That would be Magatha, by the way. Take them back to your commander. See if he accepts. Grim Totem need weapons. The Horde, empowered by their war chief, and with the help of their new goblin allies, have amassed powerful weaponry. Our armaments are simply no match for their firepower. Supply the Grim Totem with strong weapons, and we will work together to destroy the Horde. Those are our demands. Supply the Grim Totem, and we will fight for the Alliance.
Yeah, no kidding, Gnarlex. So, in case you missed that, that's pretty much the Grim Totem in a nutshell. A vastly superior military power approaches them and says, hey, you want to work together against a common enemy? And while they weren't exactly, evil about it, they were extremely antagonistic in the negotiations. Oh, and by the way, that was their ambassador. That was the Grim Totem ambassador, aka guy whose job it is to get along with other people from other, powers. Seriously.
You will adhere to our demands, or we will acquiesce to allying with you.
I mean, for God's sakes, I hate the Grim Totem. But then again, everyone hates the Grim Totem, especially you, Night Forager.
Well met.
Well, weapons, huh? I'm about to make an executive decision here, Leaf Song. Let's hope this pays off, else King Warren will have my head. I'm gonna need you to put you in harm's way once more. To the east, you'll find a mineral-rich excavation site. It was recently overrun by the Horde. At that site, the crates of our weaponry scattered all over the place. The Horde is only recently taken over, so it's unlikely they found all our supplies. Get in there and get our Grim Totem friends some weapons.
See you soon.
There was another quest there. I didn't even see that. Damn it.
What else do you want me to do?
How are you?
What's of utmost importance that you secured the weapon crates immediately. We need the unearthed grounds to the east clear of the Horde. For to open up a supply line for our Grim Totem allies, we're gonna need full access to the dig site. Kill all the Horde!
But not the Grim Totem. They're good guys. Grim Totems, I feel like reminding you guys, regularly utilize dark shamans. Maybe it's just me. Maybe I'm old-fashioned. But to me, dark shamans are actually worse than warlocks in several ways. I mean, warlocks just interact with demons. Yeah, okay, that's bad. Okay, sure. But that's, like, obvious bad. Dark shamans are like, hey, so, listen. This extra dimensional power that relies upon us, and we rely upon it, and it's all about balance and life, we're just going to betray the unholy crap out of you, twist and distort you to our own ends, and force you to serve us in horrible, terrible ways that causes you unrelenting agony. Okay, bye! I hate dark shamans. The only good dark shaman is a dead dark shaman. I did like that they finally gave us a dark shaman boss to fight in the Siege of Orgrimmar. I was very happy about finally being able to kill one of those bastards. Why do you not get Mark of the Wild until 62 now? Yes, the Darsh monster is actually a Darsh shaman. It's true, guys. And that's why he must die. I like how the Horde moved in over here and pretty much just immediately started digging. It's like, alright,
we've taken this camp from the Alliance. It's time to excavate the crap out of it.
Now you want to hear something, because you guys voted for it, Backseat. You want to hear something kind of funny here. So, once upon a time, there's this game called Warcraft 2. Now, I used to be a total geek. I know, it's crazy. I'm such a non-geeky person right now that it's probably very strange to hear that I used to be a geek when I was playing Warcraft 2. But back when I used to play Warcraft 2. Super Geek, right? And, so I would play Horde throughout the campaign. I used to just replay the Horde campaign of Warcraft 2 regularly. And I had this whole storyline in my head written up about the orc commander that I was playing as, who didn't actually give a damn about the Horde, and didn't actually want to really support fighting the Alliance per se. He was just at it for his own personal power base, right? So every single battle he commanded, he insisted on basically strip mining every single zone. So every map, as I'm going through Warcraft 2, I would take down every chunk of gold, every single lumber, every single tree on the entire map, everything. Just absolutely excavate everything off of the map. I find that amusing, because obviously in hindsight that's a ridiculously stupid policy, especially long-term wise. It's amusing because that is more or less literally what Garrosh has been doing in his advance through Ashenvale and through Stonetalon. Here's the army, and right behind it is the strip miners. Just, quick, take everything, take everything. Because he is so desperately in need for more resources to continuously fuel the war machine. Remember, they started off with a resource shortage.
What's on your mind?
I'll call for infantry to move in and clear whatever might be left over. If only we had 10,000 more like ya.
Keep your feet on the ground.
Have you gathered the armaments of war? That should be enough to supply 100 Grim Totem. Now, to present the weapons to their chieftain. The Grim Totem chieftain awaits your arrival. Take this weapon crates and go to the post south of here. Good luck. Should anything happen to you, I will personally notify your next of kin, and let King Rin what you have done for the Alliance. Oh, gee, thanks. Thanks. That's really awesome that you would be willing to do that for me if I die for your cause. Trying to ally with the freaking Grim Totem. Just gonna ignore those guys there. Oops, over here, there he is. You have the weapons? These are fine weapons, powerful steel. My warriors will be unstoppable armed with such weaponry. Magatha smiles down upon you, Leaf Song. There is but one thing I ask of you, perhaps two. Throughout all of the Greatwood Vale, you will find Grim Totem under attack by the Horde. Hang on. Hellscream's armies show no mercy and no compassion, killing all that stand in their way. Well, that's true. But no more. Take the armaments you fought for us, and find Grim Totem in battle with the Horde. Give them the weaponry of the Alliance, and watch as they destroy their Horde assailants. Go now. There's much work to do, ally. Grim Totem, Night Forger. Easy answer. What's this? Behold! For the Horde. Wait, we're not on the Horde. Sorry. For the Grim Totem Alliance. I actually don't know Norlex off the top of my head. Probably Spawn Carnage. I'm not sure, though. I haven't tried to, since I still have my original copies. The Horde will tremble before me. Such a powerful weapon. By the way, perfect answer right here. If you ever want to play a Horde who is actively still fighting, why not just play a Grim Totem? Want to play an evil bastard? Here you go. Have fun. This is just in reference to that whole, oh, well, we can't have the Horde Alliance be at peace because then, they would stop fighting each other. There would be no PvP. It's like, well, you can play a Grim Totem. No, I'd still go with the Grim Totem. Also, if you can't tell, we're actually giving them Grand Marshal weapons from WoW Vanilla. So, we are really dumb. What do you think about all of this, Psychotic?
You know, that's a good idea, Norlex. I like that idea. Why don't we repurpose that bomb, so instead of attacking a Druid Enclave, we go ahead and attack the Grim Totem. Because I like that idea. I think that idea has some merit.
The fight is far from over, Leaf Song. The Horde generals still live. By the time we had received word that Hellscream had sent another Maghar Orc to oversee the Horde troops in southern Stonetalon, it was too late. Camp Parashe was burned to the ground, and all Grim Totem in the area incinerated. Now the Horde have 4 of the most fearsome generals commanding the battle for Greatwood Vale, including the Maghar general, Clublock. You must travel to the camp and kill them. We must stop the Horde. No! Death to the Horde.
As an aside, I actually like the idea of the Horde and the Alliance staging war games between each other to keep each other sharp. Not just because I like the idea and I enjoy the PvP aspects of it, but because it makes perfect sense. I mean, Hell's Gates, how many different factions and how many different settings have had that whole, you know, we're going to war games thing specifically for that exact purpose, you know? To name one example right off the top of my head, the Galactic Empire in Star Wars used to regularly stage war games against themselves, specifically to keep their troops sharp, you know? Ah! Damn it! Ah! What? Ah! Ah! Okay. What the? Okay, whatever.
Face the fury of the Maghar.
Yet again, by the way, this is like the 5th time, I think now, we've seen a high-ranking member of Hellscream's army as a Maghar. That will be fairly common, and honestly will never not be true. I think the only example, the 2 examples of high-ranking members of Hellscream's army that are not Maghar are Nazgrim, who was a competent soldier, so it's logical that he would go up the ranks, and Malkarok, who was a toady, so it's logical that he would go up the ranks. Because Hellscream likes toadies.
Are the generals dead? Yes, Ally, you've done it! It will take Hellscream weeks to recover from this blow. Stonetalon belongs to the Grim Totem!
And the Alliance, of course.
Return to your leaders and tell them all you've done for the Grim Totem. Tell them the Alliance may pass freely through our borders.
Seriously. I love the Grim Totem mentality. They are so freaking stupid and evil, and I hate everything about them! You'd think even the Alliance would be like, well, hang on a second. We pretty much took you from losing to victory, and your response is, yes, this is now our land, and we will permit you to pass through it.
No!
That's standard work. Now our forces only need to worry about the Horde as they enter Stonetalon. Back up your gear. It's time for you to go with the rest of Northwatch forces in South Barrens. We're not actually going to South Barrens, though. We'll do that much later. I think we're going to go somewhere else for right now. But actually, we're not going to do that right now. I'm basically out of time, unfortunately. So I'm going to go ahead and chop it off here. Tomorrow we're going to continue our work through Stonetalon Mountains. We're pretty much going to be immediately seeing the quest we just saw from the Horde side of things. And then we're going to move further north and we'll see how the war continues to develop. So I'll see you around tomorrow, guys. And hopefully the plugin will be working.